Hello everyone and a warm welcome to my channel Net with Falguni. Today in this video I am going to discuss about the religious and political background of the Elizabethan age. And also I would like to recall you once again that I am going to discuss about the Elizabethan period all from the perspective of NET exam. Okay, so this video is going to be very fruitful for you if you are taking preparation for NET exam. Okay, so let's understand Elizabethan era. First point is Elizabethan era began with the reign of Queen Elizabeth I in 1588. Now who Queen Elizabeth is, okay, and what this Tudor dynasty is, let's understand. Queen Elizabeth I was the daughter of Henry VIII and his second wife, Queen Anne Boleyn. Okay, and the reign of Queen Elizabeth I is always very glorified era in the history of English literature for multiple reasons. And I will tell you the reasons one by one. So please continue with the whole video. Okay, and also please excuse me if you are getting background noise. Okay, so Queen Elizabeth I, as I mentioned, was the daughter of Henry VIII and Queen Anne Boleyn, was a very successful queen. Okay, and her era was successful for many reasons like the productions of literature, arts, theatre, everything. Now so what was the religious condition of the Elizabethan age? Why I am giving it an emphasis? Because when we study English literature, we always know that the effect of religion or the effect of politics are always there on the produced literature. So what was the condition of religion in Elizabethan age? See, there were of course many religious turmoils in Elizabethan age due to the conflict between Catholic Church and Protestant Church. Of course there were religious turmoils, but we also have to remember that there is a very subtle thing that I am going to mention here. We also have to remember that the problems were manageable. And why I am saying this? Because still there were many literature were getting produced, arts were there, theatre were there, and this is important to mention. Why? Because in many era we can see that literature were not produced really well, or there were no creative outputs due to the upheaval of politics and religious. So this is important to mention that of course there were problems, but the problems were manageable and the artists or the writers were able to pen down their works. This is important. And the next important thing is Spanish Armada of 1588. There were tensions between England and Spain for many reasons. Maybe those are not very important things for you to remember, as these are not usually asked in the exam, but you have to remember that there were problems between Spain and England. And also Spain attacked England in 1588. But the interesting point is Queen Elizabeth fought so well with her patriotism that Spain was defeated. Okay, and this is very important because this was an incident that placed Queen Elizabeth in an international field as a very successful queen, because from then on the international relationship of England with other countries and also within the other other chota sections of Europe, the relationship became so well and everyone started to respect Elizabeth very well, because everyone started to believe that no, England is really something very serious. We cannot attack on England whenever we want. So Spanish Armada thing is very important for you to remember, and please remember the year 1588. The invasion or the attack by Spain to England happened in 1588. Okay. Next point becomes economic development. Did Elizabethan age see the economic development? The answer is, of course, yes. The trade and commerce of Europe and England were really successful in this time. England was really successful by that time to do its various parts of business within the European nations. So this is also important for you to remember that economic growth happened in Elizabethan period. And the next point is my favorite point was cultural growth. Okay, cultural growth in Elizabethan period was remarkable, was even very much praiseworthy in today's age, because as I already mentioned that there were of course religious turmoils, there were of course political turmoils. Okay, there were many plots, there were many plots for the assassination of Queen Elizabeth. Many things were happening in England for sure, but still this age is considered as the Renaissance age in terms of literary growth, in terms of growth in theaters, in terms of growth of growth in arts, every sector. So this is very important, and in this age only we get people like William Shakespeare, Christopher Marlowe. So we have William Shakespeare in this age, so this is also important. And overall, Elizabethan period was marked by political intrigue, religious conflict, and cultural growth. So when you are trying to understand English literature from a bird's point of view, Elizabethan period is very important for you to understand. You know why? Because when you understand the background, like what is happening in the age, it becomes really easy to grasp all the productions, all the literary productions, to grasp, to understand very well. Like you can understand, like we can never understand William Shakespeare's, like from where, what point is he is writing, that is another topic, but still you can understand the context and references of other poets or other writers. So it becomes always very important for you to understand the background of that particular age, and Elizabethan is always very important for the students of English literature to know as much as possible. So I think in this video I tried to give you the gist of this age. If you want to know more, of course you can always go through the Wikipedia, or I'm sure you have many books of English that talks about the history of English literature. You can always go through the books. So yeah, that's it for this video, and please stay tuned. I'll definitely come very soon with another video, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.